Hey everyone. Let me make sure we are in the right place. Welcome. Seems like forever since we were together. Yep, there we go. I see us. Make sure you comment and say hello and let me know you're here and that you can hear me okay. I have a super fun card for you tonight. And it's a great way to use up all those beautiful scraps of designer series paper you might have. If you're like me, I love to hoard those. And this is a fun way to be able to use those up. So we'll give everybody a couple minutes to find us on this beautiful Friday night. And then we'll get started. I'm just a tiny bit early. Hope everyone had a lovely Mother's Day. Got to spend it with family or friends. I had kind of a weekend-long Mother's Day. Friday night, my son and his girlfriend took me to this very cool place in Bloomfield, Kentucky called Ernie's. And oh my gosh, the food was amazing. The decor was incredible. If you did not know this place was there, you are missing something. And I learned that Jerry Bruckheimer, the movie producer, and his wife lived there and have invested quite a bit of money in revitalizing this cute little small town. And crazy enough, they own Ernie's. And while we were in there enjoying our dinner and the band that was playing, Linda Bruckheimer came in and was talking to everyone and enjoying a drink. It was just a fun time. So if you've never heard of it, go look it up. It's called Ernie's in Bloomfield, and go check it out. There's movie memorabilia in there. There's every kind of nostalgic sign you can think of. Lots and lots of neon. It was wonderful. And then I had kind of a lazy Saturday, and then Sunday, Shelby and her husband, Derek, took us to Bubba's in Fern Creek for dinner. And oh my gosh, they give you so much food. Every single person that walked out of there had a to-go box. There was just so much food, but it was really, really good. Definitely worth the wait if you had to wait. We didn't. We got in pretty quickly. We went fairly early. But I understand now what all of the fuss is about when you drive by there and it's very, very busy. Hi, Miss Linda. So hopefully your weekend was just as nice and you have something fun planned for this weekend. So again, I'm going to wait just one more minute and then we will jump in. Like I said, make sure you say hello. Let me know you're here and you can hear me. I see several people watching, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm excited. The new catalog is live. It's lovely. I keep seeing more and more I didn't see the first time I looked at it. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. All right, I am going to get started. Today is Friday, May the 15th, 2026, here on DonnaStamps.com's Facebook page, and I go live weekly typically on Thursday and or Friday. It just depends on my crazy work schedule. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Donna Schneidmiller. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I am coming up on 23 years as a demonstrator, and I still love it just as much as I did the very first day I did it. So like I said, there is a lot going on. We last met 2 weeks ago. Hopefully you had a Derby winner. Sadly, one of my horses scratched at the last minute. I went, as I told you all, with kind of the consensus, and we had So Happy because of the amazing story. And then I did picked the female trainer. Now, we didn't bet. We didn't go to the track. We watched it on TV. But it was pretty exciting to get to see history made and all of that. It was a wonderful story. So hopefully you had some winners as well. And again, had a wonderful Mother's Day. So the new catalog went live on May the 5th. If you don't currently work with a demonstrator and you don't have a hard copy and you would like one, please let me know and I'll be happy to get one to you. We've talked about this previously. It is smaller than our typical catalog, and that is because we're going away from a so-called annual catalog. So there will now be 3 catalogs that are 4 months long, and they are intended to showcase new product. Okay, so when you look at this catalog, and the next one will come out in September, and you don't see things from the first catalog in the next one, don't panic. There will be a last chance refresh that will come out before that catalog goes live. But if it's not in the next catalog, it definitely will be and it's not on the last chance, let me confirm that. And it will definitely be still available on the online store. Many people are shifting to shopping more online. And so you will find those products over there in my online store. But of course, you can always reach out if you have questions and let me know what you're looking for, and I'll be happy to find it. What are you saying, Linda? I am at the ballpark. Aren't you sweet? Watching my youngest grand and then my youngest daughter play 2 games. Wow. Wow, it's a beautiful night, that's for sure, to be out at the ball field. For some reason, I can see comments on my phone. Let me refresh real fast. But I'm not seeing them on my laptop. Grr, right? Oh, I hate that. Bear with me one quick second. You gotta love technology. I'd like to be able to see what you're saying. There we go. So hello to everyone I haven't said hello to. And now I see Tracy and Linda McFarland and Linda Lighting and Linda Offox. Oh, it's Linda night. What can we say, right? That's a pretty good thing. But like I was saying, the new catalog is out and about. It's full of wonderful things. I am not going to take the time to go through it. There are other demonstrators who have already done that. And since the catalog went live, you may have already seen and watched one of those. But there are lots of different indicators that show you now. And I love this setup. How stamp sets are part of a bundle or a suite, or other products like embellishments and designer series paper are part of that. So you'll be able to find them in different places in the catalog. I also love that all of our consumables and our what I call core products will continually be in each of the 3 catalogs each year. So to me, that is incredible. There's no longer looking in the mini catalog, but then, oh, I need cardstock and envelope. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. and have to go back to my annual catalog. You'll be able to find all of those things again in this catalog. But if you don't have one and you want one, let me know and I'll be happy to get it for you. I'm having a fun time with it. Now, I've been a little crazy busy and I didn't get to place an order for too much from the new catalog on early. Let me say early. But I did place an order recently that's not here yet. And so on next week's live, we'll definitely be playing with some new things, the new ink pads, etc. Speaking of the new ink pads, let me grab them really fast. Maybe not all of them, but one of them or two of them. Okay. As you know, the new ink pads for the 2026 to 2028 in colors are moving to this larger pad that is got the magnetic top on it, and it's wonderful. I love how they stick together. I love the size. It's a different product in that it is back to felt. So if you've been with me for many years, you'll know what I'm talking about. We used to have a felt pad, then we went to the foam pad, and we are migrating back to the foam pad. So the way you stamp with this and the pressure that you need is different, and we will talk more about that next week when we actually play with them. But right now, during the month of May, if you have ever considered purchasing the starter kit, you can get all 5 of the new in colors for absolutely free. So this is a $60+ value, and you're going to be able to get that in your starter kit for $99 plus tax with free shipping, which is wonderful. And then, of course, you can get a discount on any purchases that you make for the next 3.5 months. So let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June. So July, August, September, so October. You'll get a discount until the end of September, with October being an extra month if you're short, okay? So you don't have to sell. You don't have to do anything like I do. You can just enjoy the product and, of course, a great discount. So let me know if you're interested. I did put this flyer up on the group that talks about it and tells you everything that's available. And of course, the majority of my team are happy shoppers who just enjoy getting together to craft and to enjoy getting a discount on their products. And we'd love to have you join us as well. In addition to that, of course, we have a brand new product of the month. It is called Berry Botanical Vellum. Absolutely gorgeous. And it tells me that all of the patterns were hand drawn. So here's another view of that. And this is available to you. It is 12 sheets, 3 each of 4 single-sided designs. Because you know vellum only has one side, right? Technically, because you can see through it. So you're going to get 12 sheets, and the colors are just gorgeous. It has Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Golden Glow, new color, Hydrangea Hue, new color, Misty Moonlight, Peaceful Pine, another new color, Soft Sea Foam, and Strawberry Slush. And I've been watching some of the projects that people are making using it, and they are stunning. So mine is coming, and we will hopefully get to play with it next week, and you will see it. But again, you can get this for $5 when you spend $75 before shipping and tax and after any rewards that you might use. And you can get one product of the month per person per month, meaning if you didn't get December, you can, and they're still available, you can get December for one $75 order, and then you could get this one for a second $75 order. And again, some people are still asking, well, if I place a $150 order, do I get two? And the answer is no. It's one per person per order. Okay, so you do have to place two $75 orders in order to get them both. Okay. Club Cove for this month, there's a few days left to register for that. We are having so much fun with it. We just finished the cutest crew for the month of April. And for May, we're going to be doing masculine cards using a new stamp set called Barbecue Master. I love this. It has Happy Father's Day, You're Flippin' Awesome, To the Grill Master, Happy Birthday, and Grillin' and Chillin'. And then look at these awesome dies. So not only does it cut out the grill, but it has all these extra little accessories where you can make, you know, here's all of your utensils. It's got a barbecue sauce. I love this. The hamburger, and then of course your different items, and you can even make shish kebabs. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Club Cove makes 8 projects, 2 each of 4 designs, and you get approximately $23 in product with plenty left over. Everything is cut and scored for you. Fortunately, of course, I can't include stamped images, but it's a great way to be able to see new products and use them, and of course, have lots of ideas. It also includes a PDF with pictures and step-by-step instructions, so it's very easy for you to create this at home. It's $30 for porch pickup. It's $38 if you need me to ship it. And of course, like I said, you have until the 20th to sign up. Now, if you don't want to do the subscription, which this is, you absolutely can get the kit for 1 month only. You just need to let me know by the 20th, and I, of course, will get you added to the list and send you an invoice for that. Okay, what else do I have going on? Oh, yes. And then before I forget, our annual BOGO sale is coming up. Typically, I do it on the last weekend in May, but I will be in Pittsburgh seeing my grandbabies. So we are actually doing this on June the 7th. That is a Sunday, from 12 to 4. And if you've never been to BOGO before, you're going to want to come. I have every possible retired product that I have marked down, ready to go home. And for every $1 that you spend in retired product, you get free in the brand new catalog. So it's a great way to get some things that you might have missed out on. And some that you have been looking for a while that you didn't know you needed. And again, of course, a great way to get new product in exchange for that. So no cost to come. You just show up and enjoy shopping. Of course, the earlier you come, the better, because it's first come, first serve, and people love to get there early and shop up a storm. So that way you'll get the better selection if you get there early. Okay, make sure you're commenting and saying hello. Hi, Tracy. And that way your name will go into our drawings. And I always give away the project that we did on our last live. And we did a double box card. It's called a double box because, of course, it looks like this, using that Sweet Bugs paper. So items from the suite. And then, of course, the back of the card is where you can write your message. But simple as can be. You'll find, of course, you can watch the replay to see how to make it if you missed it. And then there's additional pictures and all of the directions over on the Creative Cove. And if you're not on the Creative Cove, you'll find a link up above in the featured section. And that is my customer page where I post lots of pictures and extra things that pertain to my lives, etc. So I've got everybody's name in the hat who commented on our last live. And let's see who's going to get this. It's going to go to Bernice Fessler. So Bernice, I have your information, so I will get that ready for you. And then, of course, if you share my video, which I hope you will, put the word shared in all capital letters. And that way it will stand out for me. And your name will go into a separate drawing for a stack of cards from my stash. So I have all those people's names in here. And let's see who is going to get those. That's going to go to Linda Alfox. So Linda, I will get those ready for you as well. And then someone just asked, texted me, when is the next Stamp-A-Stack? The next Stamp-A-Stack, because I don't typically have one in May because the BOGO sale will be the 4th Sunday in June. And that event is already up on DonnaStamps.com, my website, where you can go and register and hold your spot. We make 16 cards, 4 each of 4 designs for $25, free with a $40 order, or if you're on my team, you can come for $16. So you literally are getting your cards for $1 a piece. So again, all that information is over on my website. Okay. And then of course, if you do place an order, and I failed to tell you, but when you place a $75 order and you take advantage of the product of the month, I do send you a PDF at the beginning of the next month that shows you 8 projects that you can make with the product of the month that you got. So that's a freebie. In addition, when your order's $35 or more, I like to send out an embellishment as a thank you. And of course, we're going to use the 2026, 2028 in color dots. I just love these colors. They're so pretty. Hydrangea Hue, I think, is my favorite right now, but I'm loving Cantaloupe Crisp, or Crisp Cantaloupe, which was a color they brought back, and I didn't realize how much I missed it. So again, fun, fun, fun. All right. So let me put the camera down, and I'm going to show you this super fun card that you can use up some of those scraps that you have on hand. So bear with me a second. Let's turn it down. Make sure I'm straight. One of these days, I will make the switch, like I keep saying, to where we don't have to turn the camera down. Okay, looks good. All right, so we are going to be playing with this absolutely gorgeous paper. It was a very popular item and was actually out of stock for a while, and I just love it. It's called Lovely and Beautiful, and I have to show it to you because it is so pretty. And while it did have a coordinating stamp set with it, which I believe is still available on the online store, I think. The paper is still available, and you're going to love it. So it features Calypso Coral. Let me see. Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Fresh Freesia, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Petal Pink, and of course, gold foil. But let me just show you how pretty these patterns are. So you've got, I'm going to do the back side first, and then I'll flip it and show you the front side. So you've got this beautiful, just springy patterns that you can just use with lots and lots of different things. So you've got a peach and then a petal pink. I don't know if you can see those flowers, just beautiful. And this one has some of that gold foil in it. And then your Fresh Freesia. And then the other side, oh my gosh, it's just so rich. This foil is just gorgeous. So you've got this one. You've got an Old Olive piece. Another gorgeous piece with all of this foiling. This is the paper that we used for the class that I did at the Candle Barn recently. And that class, in a modified version, is going to be offered again, and I will have that information up. I'm trying to secure a date. But I'm going to be partnering with one of my team named Terry Harden, who is also a Scentsy rep. And she has a very cute item that we are going to be partnering with this paper and the suite. And I'll go grab it here in a second so you can see it, to make a really cute bundle. But, oh, this turned out so, so pretty. Just love this paper. This gold and white is gorgeous. And then another piece. Let me grab that real fast. I meant to do that already. So at the Candle Barn for Mother's Day, people were able to pick a scent, and they made a beautiful candle that they got to color and put the scent in. And it was in a, what I call milk glass jar that was simply gorgeous. And with that, they made this gorgeous 7x7 sampler. And you can see how we cut out the big blossoms and pulled this together. And it actually, it's so pretty in person. I wish you could just see how shimmery it is. Let me see if I can move it a little bit. With that gold trim, etc. And then they made a coordinating card that went with it using that same paper with the envelope. So we're going to repeat these two aspects, and then we're going to add something different to go along with it. So that class should be coming up. Hopefully I'll get it posted over the weekend as soon as I secure a date, which will be at the Marine Corps League. So be watching for that. Okay, so let me show you. This card is so fun and so quick and easy. So you're going to start with a piece of cardstock. This one is Calypso Coral. That is 4 1/4 by 11, scored in the center at 5 1/2. You need 2 pieces of basic white that are 4 by 5 1/4. One is going to be for the inside, and the second one is going to be for the front, and you're going to emboss it. And I'm hoping you can see this. This is the new Lazy Daisy 3D embossing folder. This was unavailable for over a month, if not longer. And along with the Ladybug, both of them are back, and you have to see how pretty this is. Hopefully I've got it in camera. When I look over, it looks like I'm all over the place, and I apologize. But it's just stunning, and it's such a deep, deep impression. So we're going to emboss that. And this is what the folder looks like to kind of give you an idea of just how deep that impression is. It's just gorgeous, just simply gorgeous. So you need that. You're going to need a scrap of basic white to do some stamping and punching. And then you are going to need some strips. Now, technically, you need a total of 6. You need 3, and you're going to use 3 different patterns. So you need a short and a long of each pattern, okay? So you need 3 that are 1/2 by 5 1/4. And 3 that are 1/2 by 4, okay? Now, I have tons of scraps, and so I just took whatever I had, and I feel like that it works a little better if you have strips that are a little longer. But that way, when you emboss your paper, of course, it, draws it in a little bit. You can always trim these strips off, okay? So I've got 2 of the golden white, 2 of the floral, and 2 of the old olive piece, okay? Then I have another scrap that is, again, 1/2 of an inch. Then this is going to go on the inside of our card, okay? So what I want to do first is our stamping, and we'll get our center piece finished, and then that way we can do the fun part on the front. Okay. So let me go ahead and score my card and fold it. Again, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I'm going to lay that aside for a second. You're going to be doing some work on this piece, so you don't want to adhere it down until we get that work done, okay? For the inside, I'm actually using the Greenery Lane stamp set, not the dies, but the stamp set. And of course, this coordinates with the washi tape for Greenery Lane. This is still available. It's not on the last chance list. I love that it's a two-step stamp, and of course it's double font, so you know it touches my heart because I am a sucker for double fonts. But I just love the sentiments that are in here. So we're going to use Love and Hugs, and we're going to use Wishing You Well. And I'm going to start with doing my inside, and we're going to do Wishing You Well on the inside, and we're going to do that in Old Olive. Whoops. And I'm just picking up my ink colors right from the paper. So we're going to be using Old Olive and Calypso Coral. So I'm just going to stamp this up toward the top. Okay. I picked up an edge. Not going to do that. I have someone I want to send a similar card to. And I don't want an edge, and I don't want you to get an edge, right? Okay. Whoops. Boy. Take two. I have noticed that today, I think it's my blood pressure medicine. I have been a little jittery, and my hands feel a little weird. So, I think it's my medicine. All right, let's try again. Ready? Hold. Don't rock, pick it up, there we go. All right, we're gonna put that there. I've got that extra strip. I am gonna go ahead and add that across the bottom. That way we can decorate our card a little more. And I wanna make sure that I pick up as many of the colors as I can. Okay. And then I'll just trim it off, and then I'm going to keep this little strip because I can use it for something else, right? Okay, so that's going to go on the inside of our card. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I also feel like I'm out of practice. Gosh, it's only been, what, 2 weeks since we've been together? Feels like I haven't done this in years. All right, I'll put that down just like that, okay? And then I'm going to take my scrap, okay, and using my Calypso Coral, I'm going to stamp Love and Hugs. Just like that. And then I'm going to use the little leaves. These are the smallest ones within this. Let me grab this piece of paper. And I want to stamp some leaves just on each side of this. And I kind of want them tucked up fairly close to my words. I'm going to do them on this side and this side. Okay, like that. Then I have my inside piece, so let me stamp off and fill this in like that. And what it kind of is doing is it's kind of mimicking the larger flowers that and leaves that are within my paper. Okay, so I have that stamped just like that. Okay, go ahead and close this up. And then I have my 2-inch punch from the online store, and I'm just going to punch that out. Okay, I'm going to lay that aside for a second. Okay, so now this is where the fun comes in. And let me grab my silicone mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some paper weaving. And if you've never done this before, you're going to love it. So what you want to do is you want to lay out your patterns. There we go. Wait. Here we go. Okay. So I've got a green, this one, and then you've got the same ones again, okay? So what you're gonna do is we're gonna start at the top and we're gonna add one set of strips. Now I'm going to put my darker of the 3 pieces on first. Now when you do this as you start, you only want to add adhesive at the top, and you'll see what I mean when I do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add adhesive, and I'm only gonna do about this much, okay? Gosh, everything is sticking to me tonight too. Okay. So we're going to bring this over, and I want to leave about a ½ inch, and I'm going to just adhere this down flush to the top, okay? But I only want that much adhered. I want to make sure that that is loose, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And of course, because it's embossed, you want to add some extra adhesive there. And we're going to leave a little bit of a space and do the same thing. And again, I kind of like that it's long because then I can work with it a little better, but I can also trim off what I don't need as I'm going, okay? All right, and then we'll add this one. And you can use whatever patterns you want and in whatever order that you want, okay? So now we've got those, and they're loose here, right? Uh-oh, I must have grabbed some. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that those are hanging loose. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the pieces that we have left over, okay? So in this case, I'm going to start with my white, okay? And I am going to add adhesive, again, over here to the side. But what I want to do is I'm going to weave this, right? So I want to lift up this strip, and I want to lift up this strip, so, and pull it across now so that it will stick. Okay, now these are still loose. So what we'll do is we will add a tad bit of adhesive. I really think the problem here is my nails, and thankfully I'm going tomorrow to get them done. Okay, we're going to add some adhesive, and we're just going to work our way down with our adhesive as we go across, okay? So there's our first one that's done, okay? And then we can go ahead and lift this piece up and add our adhesive to the base and finish it up over here, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So you can see it's under, over, under. So then our next piece is going to go opposite. So we're going to do it the same way, except that this time it's going to go opposite of the way that we've done these. And the nice thing about this is as you go, you're going to be able to adhere things down as you're working it down. So this one's going to go over, again, leaving a gap, and then under, and over. Like that, okay? And then, of course, you can add a little bit of adhesive to the one that's up to hold that one down. Add your adhesive over here. And you can always add your adhesive to this opened edge after the fact, once you've got everything placed, okay? Just like that. And then we'll do our green one. And again, this will repeat as we did on the other one. Ooh. No, I'll leave it the same. But I kind of like that. And that's the fun of this, is that you can mix and match your patterns however you like. So again, I'm going to lift up. So that one will be under and over. Right? Nope. Over and under. I have to talk to myself when I do it. Okay, so there we've got that. Then we'll add a piece to hold this one down. Let's straighten him up a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then we will add this down. Now you could use liquid glue if you like. You just want to make sure that you bring your adhesive all the way to the end. And then when you get down here, you'll do the same thing. You'll bring it all the way to the end, like that. This little tab. And then this one all the way down, okay? So you end up with this crisscross pattern on your card, okay? So now we'll turn it over. We'll grab our scissors. You can also use your cutter if you like. And I'm just going to trim these away. And do the same thing over here. Now for these, I would probably save them for something else, because you can utilize the smaller pieces with other things as you go. Okay, let me pick that up. All right. So now there's our image. Okay, so now this is going to get placed here on our card, and I am going to put it down flat, but you could easily put it up on dimensionals. And I am going to add extra adhesive all the way around, just because of that deep impression, and making sure that the edges lay down. Okay. Go just like this. Okay. All right, and then you've got your image, and that image is going to go right here at these crisscrosses, okay? And you can move it over a little bit if you like. It's totally up to you. I like to leave that first image kind of, or strip kind of showing, so they can see how it's weaved. Put that on. Take these off. And then we'll add this right to that center there. Okay. And then I have some of the iridescent foil gems. And we'll add those here. To add a little bit more sparkle. So I'm going to add one right to my image. I'm going to put a larger one down here. And then we'll put one up here in the center of one of our flowers. Just like that. All right. And there's your card. And again, it's a great way to show off the papers. Do something a little bit different with them. And it just has a lot of texture and variety. So there's that one. And then this is the one we did in Club Cove with the cutest crew. And I just love how this one turned out. This one goes the other way. And again, just fun ways to do these. Now, you could do this way and put your image up here. You could, you know, have your card open from the bottom. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And it's just so many possibilities with how and where you want to place it or what image you want to use. You could have used the arches. You could have used anything to add those on. So I hope you like that. I hope you'll give it a try. Use up some of those scraps. If you have any questions, please let me know. And of course, I'll have all the measurements and the supplies up on the Creative Cove shortly, as well as both pictures of both. So if you need anything, please let me know. Enjoy this wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Hopefully on Thursday. I say that every time, and it turns out on Friday, but I'll definitely see you next week. Have a great one, everyone, and thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye.